I'm going. So, do you know when you talk about variations and you get an email from one of your clients saying all the trades are being back upstairs into some flats and, well, it's just a case we've got at the moment. They're being back upstairs in these flats and the email says, please can you go back up on a day work basis to do these works. We'll go back upstairs with all these works, touch up and redeck all over these rooms. Comes to a fair bit of money and it comes to signing the day work sheet and he just turns around and says, I can't sign that. There's a sign on it, so he couldn't sign it. He says, so we're leaving for his boss to sign and he won't sign it. And then when it comes to getting paid off him,
who sent you the email?
The contract manager copying all his director and everybody were a group email. They sent out to us all. And then they've not signed them with invoice for the works, even though they've not signed them. Sent the pictures of the work, you know, the damaged works that were there. And now they're not so much disputing that matter, but they're holding money back now because the email that he sent me was we've been chipped 30k by our client, so we're struggling cash flow wise, which I don't like because I know the billing.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. So you just drop an email to him saying, you're not allowed to be paid or unpaid. It's just not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what we did is that last week, I talked to somebody and we put a payment plan in place, and we said, look, if you get cash flow issues,
yeah, that's a different thing.
Pay
Full amount, but yeah.
Pay them this and this on these days. Well, they paid last Fridays. They've not paid this Friday, so obviously it's going to go a little bit further now to the point where, look, if they would have paid payment plan, that would be fine. It would have done so. With the day work sheet not being signed, if they did bring that up, where would you reckon you stand in that?
They've already authorised it by saying you have to do it because you've got the email. Did you send him an estimate of roughly how many hours it was going to be?
No, because you
wouldn't have known. Okay. So in that one, you've carried out the works, you've got the photographic evidence of it, and they were and they said do it on an hourly basis, so do it. So that's
We've
fine.
had some sheets filled out by our lads.
Yep, that's fine. And there'd have been a site sign-in. Is there a site sign-in book?
No problem.
Okay. Did you have any emails of anybody checking the works from the other side?
No, not necessarily. The one, no, you see them in my quiet, email basis. We were sending emails,
but they haven't done.
Yeah,
okay.
they obviously like to do. We've had it.
Let me have a look at that for you on a separate basis. I'll just have a.
Yeah.
But in terms of them not paying you, I'd be on top of that because they've got cash flow problems and you need your money in as quickly as possible.
Frustrates you though, because I know that he's like a multi-millionaire, the guy that's got it. He's telling me that he's got cash flow problems, and I'm on his Facebook page and he's skiing somewhere with all his family with a big bottle of champagne in his hand, and I'm like, I bet it costs more money to go on that scene. It costs more money to go there than it did to even close to what he was me.
So you need to be on it straight away. Yeah, you need to be on it straight away, and actually what you need to do is also charge them late payment interest. And say, the full debt's due, here's late payment interest, that's due now, and I want the payment within 7 days. Failure to do that, I will issue one petition.
And another one as well, because we've got a couple of them over. We've got a job down in London, and we got our pay less notice the day after we got paid.
You'll still be carrying on that until we get back.
Yeah. So we've got a few. The pay less notice was, I'm the third, because he's the third QS on the job. He said he needs to remeasure it, the job.
If you got paid, then it's on payless notice. You've already got paid.
Should have got paid.
You have got paid.
We got paid less. We got paid short, and then they sent the pay less notice the day after.
Can't do that, they'll be out of time. Well, it depends. Did they pay you early?
No, they paid me.
No, it's out of time. Payless notice is out of time. It's not effective.
So, what kind of email could I construct without upsetting them then? Putting your term?
We can have a chat about that later, that's fine.
We'll have a
chat about that later, that's fine. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I've got some actually.
Yeah.
I was interested that, because obviously the paid when paid clause, how can you get around that?
You're not allowed to, it's not allowed, it's illegal to have that.
Right, so if say Gav or Mark or Kenny was to email them and say, well, like, what's the actual part of the law that they could
It's
quote?
Construction Act.
Right, so you
So
just,
it's the
that's part of
housing,
the Construction
it's
Act.
yes, Construction Act, it's the Housing Grants Construction Act.
Right. Because I think everybody's had that
Yeah, they can't do that.
problem, yeah.
It's a shame it doesn't apply to every business on things.
Yeah.
So you can't have that at all.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, that's great. Just to recap then. And they'll pay me, and I'll
Yeah,
take the money and I'll walk away.
Good tradespeople, but they're not business minded
No.
as such, you know, into the more involved aspects of it. So
I know it's hard being the first ones because they'll go down the road, and then they'll have the same problem as you've got, and then you'll talk to them somewhere and they say, did so-and-so used to work for you? Yeah, because they wouldn't sign this. They wouldn't sign what? Oh well, we have contracts and stuff now, and that's like why. Okay, we've probably got like the less subcontractors. Some contracts we've got are good and play the game and get the extra stuff. So guess what? I'm getting paid for everything I do. I'm making the margins on job. We're not having any complaints from the client because the work's getting done to a high standard. They go, do you think I could have a look at that? So it's a ripple effect through the organisation, a bit like you drop a pebble in the lake and the ripples flow. Now it might be a long time and it might take a while to get there, but I'll bet you 5 will get you 10. But if I was to have a room full of 100, if I was to have a room full of 100 owner MDs in here, and we were to ask them the same question, they'd all go, yeah, we'll do that, because you've all got the same it's a problem. And at some point,
it depends how you sell it to the subcontractor.
it does, yeah.
Yeah, and if you've worked with them for a long time and they're regulars,
Yeah.
it's just a tweak.
And it also depends, and the other thing, it also depends on how much work have you got. Because if you've got loads of work, and you're going to give me 12 months worth of work, I'll give you my kid. Here, I'll sign it over to you. Have them.
Yeah, I
Now
agree
you've
with
got
that.
3, I'm going to have 3. But do you know what I mean? Because, and that's what you've seen, Gav, as well, because that they actually stay. And we've put them through quite a lot of change with the app and
easy
stuff.
just to get rid of one and just say, right, get your stuff and go. And then all the rest of them will just go, then at the end of the day you might lose 100 quid or 200 quid off of it. Make an example by one of them that you're not going to even let them do anything else, you're just going to go, right, it's not.
And the industry, you know, talks, everybody talks. So that also the moment you sue somebody for some monies, that's going to get the ripple effect going to happen again. So they know that next time they don't want to be sued, so they'll make sure the job's done.
I think that's bigger than you were talking about earlier, documentation is massive.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
The reason, I honestly think that every job that we've been paid on time is when there's lads have filled all the forms out properly.
Yeah.
And then the times that we've not been paid is when someone's dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And then main contractors just pick up on it straight away.
They do, and then it's an excuse not to pay.
Yeah.
So that's what they're looking throughout the whole thing. They're always looking. So that's why you need to read the fine print, because they're always looking for a clause in there. So we were reading a contract. The client never signed it in the end, but it was a contract where he literally had to have one person in the office every day emailing the main developer with an update on variety. It was about 36 things every day, and the minute you miss it, it was then a minor breach. So you miss it constantly, and you're going to miss a day. You know you're going to miss a day. It becomes a major breach over time. And he's using that not to pay on the last. Yeah, so we do.
So if we wanted to say, I don't know, you want a really big job, and you before you sign your contract, could we fire them over to you and say, right, can you have a look through these and check this in?
Yeah.
Do you do that service?
Highlight what's.
Yeah. Yeah. So we check what you're liable for. We'll say, see if you can tweak these bits. Maybe the answer is no, but it's asking the question. But 2 things, even if they say no, is 1, you've demonstrated that you've read the contract, and 2, you've demonstrated that you are completely on it because you know how to amend it. And that then means that's adding to your reputation in the industry, and that's just as important in construction than actually doing the work. Those are the 2 things that go hand in hand. It's reputation in the job.
Starting into the one.
Yeah, exactly. And then making sure, things like getting paid on time, and if it's deducted, where's the rest of the money? If then penalty is no, can't do it. So one of the things that we offer is sort of like an outsourced in-house legal service. So we offer it on a monthly basis. It's capped up to an hour, but the hours rolls over to the next month if you don't use it, and it's fixed for 12 months, and it's £150 plus VAT per month. So if you've got a query, then you call me up and I'll do with it, or if you need me to do a letter, I can do the letter. But that just adds reassurance, so you're not worrying about the normal hourly rate. And then if it's a bigger job, then we just have a chat and do it on a fixed fee. But at least then you know you're going to get paid, because even just on the payment ones, you can pick up the phone and you can just get that sorted out.
And I think sometimes it would be the threat of the main contractor that you've actually got somebody else involved.
Yeah.
Not like you saying, Kenny, that actually got the person involved and there's pumped up some. Did they stump up the cash?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they stump up the cash. He said, but being prepared to take the steps.
It does work, because I've copied Robin. We use Robert Cobb for commercial, you know. He's not as high as the law side of it, but he's credit control. And just copying him in, you know, it produces massive reaction. You know, just say, look, if we're going to have to go any further, I'm going to have to talk to, get legal advice from a credit controller. And just copying Robin and seeing the email that Rob's copied in, it does spark a bit of a reaction as you say, well, Rob's now seeing this email, so he starts to have a look at it. And it's
You have to pay him, so what basis do you employ him on?
I've copied him into an email, so it's...
What's the charge for having a charge?
I was going to say
So I was going to say, I would, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I was
because
expecting
you're
to pay for
using
that.
my reputation.
I don't...
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's
That's dangerous for him and liable for him, because, but I can't comment on that, but that's very
I was
dangerous.
about to say, Rashmi, do you have a reduced rate for just being able to use your name as a threat?
But then if you do the hour per month, you just send it,
Yeah.
and then I do the letter. Next thing you'll know, you've got money in your bank, and it just makes life so much easier. And then they can't, for instance, do a payless notice after being paid.
Do you think it's hard though when you've got a client that's got multiple QSs
Yeah.
and they really want to pay, but the reason you're not getting paid off one might be with 6 jobs for them. The reason you're not getting paid off one of QS is just
Because he's a QS.
because he's rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not malicious.
No,
he's
no,
not
no,
anything.
he's just that.
He's just
that
his
QS,
words
yeah.
are, I really didn't have time, Gav. I
Yeah.
just banged you something through so you had some money in your bank.
Yeah.
And then that sort of stuff. And I'm like, would I want to start sending a lawyer to one of my best clients because
Yeah.
it's just rubbish?
No, but what you can do is you can start saying to them slowly, say, look, our procedures in the company are changing, the company's policy is changing. So always hide behind the company, because it's the company's an identity in itself. So the company policy is changing. We've started instructing solicitors to check all our contracts and everything to make sure everything's running smoothly. And by the way, they're also taking care of some payless notices. I think they might contact you in the future. If they do, it's just company policy. You'll understand. And they do that. And if you just say it's company policy, they'll accept it.
At the end of the day, you shouldn't have to make excuses for them not paying me.
No.
Oh, no, that's it.
But you're trying to manage your own relationship as well.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
a hard
it's a fine line.
Yeah. But if you say that, then, you know, and then next day, letter comes from a solicitor, they've already been pre-warned. They'll be on the phone to you, and you're like, well, I told you, this is what we're doing now. Nothing, you know, what do you want me to do? I'm running a business. I haven't got time to be dealing with this. I've got big contracts I'm dealing with, you know.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? It's Friday, I need a drink. Right, I was just thinking, because I mean next month I talked about site file. Is there something else you would like somebody to come up here and stand and talk to you about? Because if you do,
Why, you
let
let
me
me
know.
have ideas from?
No, I've got loads of ideas, but it's effectively your group, your members. What do you want? What would be the next thing? We've talked about pricing. We've talked about contracting.
What about somebody to come in and talk about how to put professional tender together?
Professional tenders together? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
A bit more about it.
That
Well,
would
I've
be
got them onto the page that do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
live
Yeah.
into them.
That's
I'll
good.
look in, but if anybody's interested in doing, if you do bids for
Yeah.
like government stuff, you know, your tender stuff and online portal stuff,
Right.
they're brilliant for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, can you introduce me to Joanne and I'll have a chat with her and see if she'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
along next month and we'll talk about what's tendering, because as I say, this is your group. Now the other thing is when you join, what you do is you get access to our members page. So as you say, we've all been on next video, last month is on next video, you have the presentation, you got loads of stuff in there so you can go back and revisit it anytime. So that's another added benefit, that's the whole point of doing this, so your expert keeps being your expert, and then if there's other questions you need to go back and have a look at the presentation or review it, and have a listen to what Siobhan and like Rashmi have said, and then if you need to